Hey everybody, as you guys know, the baseball season is over, and that means it is getting time for the winter meetings, and more importantly, the Baseball Hall of Fame is going to start warming up the possible opportunity, I guess I could say, of new inductees getting enshrined. Today, the Baseball Hall of Fame came out with a press release announcing the candidates for both the early baseball era and the Golden Days era committee. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate it into two videos. The first video, which you're watching right now, I'm going to talk about the early baseball era and the nominees. And in a separate video, I will be talking about the Golden Days era committee. And then ultimately, on the weekend that they announce if anyone gets enshrined or gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, which is on December 5th, I will do separate videos giving my vote, if I had a vote, for who would go in. So, this video is about the early baseball era committee. They have submitted their 10 nominees for the Baseball Hall of Fame, and I will go through briefly each individual and their bio. Excuse me. That is up on the Baseball Hall of Fame website. So the first person, and these are in alphabetical order, is Bill Dalton. Bill Dalton spent 21 seasons in the majors from 1891 to 1911, playing almost 90% of his games at shortstop, compiling a .272 batting average with 84 home runs and 1,234 RBI. He scored 100 or more runs in each of his first 6 seasons and recorded 120 or more hits 15 times. He retired in 1911 as the active home run leader with 84 and as the all-time leader in games played, 2,444. The next candidate is John Donaldson. John Donaldson pitched in the Negro Leagues and pre-Negro Leagues for more than 30 years, earning a reputation as one of the best pitchers in the game. Also playing the outfield and managing, Donaldson helped establish the barnstorming business model that was profitable for black teams for decades. Next candidate is Bud Fowler. Bud Fowler is often acknowledged as the first black professional baseball player, having pitched and played second base for teams in more than a dozen leagues throughout his career. After spending part of his youth in Cooperstown, Fowler grew up to excel on the diamond and later helped form the successful Page Fence Giants barnstorming team. The next candidate is Vic Harris. Vic Harris played 18 seasons in the Negro Leagues, primarily as a left fielder for the legendary Homestead Grays. He compiled a .305 career batting average and was known as one of the most aggressive base runners in the Negro National League. Harris also managed the Grays for 11 seasons, winning 7 Negro National League pennants and the 1948 World Series. Next is Grant Home Run Johnson. Grant Home Run Johnson was a shortstop and second baseman in the pre-Negro Leagues era who helped form the Page Fence Giants barnstorming team. A powerful hitter and occasional pitcher, Johnson played for early powerhouse teams like the Brooklyn Royal Giants and New York Lincoln Giants. Next is Lefty O'Doul. Lefty O'Doul played for 11 seasons with the Yankees, Red Sox, Giants, Phillies, and Dodgers, winning 2 National League batting titles. He compiled a .349 career batting average, 4th best in American League National League history. After his playing days, O'Doul managed in the Pacific Coast League and was credited with more than 2,000 victories. In 1932, O'Doul and other players traveled to Japan, where they instructed college students on the intricacies of the game. He returned to Japan several more times throughout the decade, and then multiple times after World War II, becoming a beloved figure in the history of Japanese baseball. Next is Buck ONeil. Buck ONeil played 10 seasons with the Memphis Red Sox and Kansas City Monarchs of the Negro American League and was named to 3 All-Star games. Following his playing career, ONeil became a scout for the Chicago Cubs and later became the first black coach in the American League or National League history with Chicago. Scouting for teams for much of the rest of his career, ONeil became a beloved ambassador for the game who helped found the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum in Kansas City. Next candidate is Dick Cannonball Redding. Dick Cannonball Redding was regarded as perhaps the fastest pitcher in Negro Leagues history, hurling for teams such as the Lincoln Giants, Chicago American Giants, and the Brooklyn Royal Giants. Credited with multiple no-hitters, Redding was also a successful manager with the Royal Giants. Next candidate is Allie Reynolds. Allie Reynolds was 182, 182, and 107 over 13 years with the Indians and Yankees, with 6 All-Star team selections. He led his teams to 6 World Series titles, going 7-2 with a 2.79 ERA. He twice finished in the top 3 of the American League's Most Valuable Player Award voting. And finally, George Tubby Scales. George Tubby Scales played 20 seasons in the Negro Leagues as an infielder, compiling a .319 batting average and .421 on-base percentage. He also managed for 6 seasons in the Negro Leagues and 12 seasons in the Puerto Rican Winter League, leading the Santurce Cangrejeros to the Caribbean World Series title in 1951. And those are the 10 nominees for the Early Baseball Era Committee for possible enshrinement into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Now, to get in, each candidate will need to get 75% of the votes, which is 12 votes. That is all they need. So 12 out of the 16 have to vote for any individual to be enshrined into the Baseball Hall of Fame. The announcements, like I said, will be made on December 5th. You guys can leave a comment in the comment section on who you think of the 10 should be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame from the Early Baseball Era Committee.